Okay, guys, welcome back to Vinland Saga, episode 15 this time. This episode was a bit of a slog for me. This is probably going to be a much shorter review than all the other ones. Maybe, depends how long I really want to talk about this episode. It's a bit of a slog. The first half is really good. It's the second half that sort of drags on a little bit. It's a more setup for things, in the future of the manga. They are really important, but because I already know what's gonna happen, it was just a tad boring. All right, not my favorite episode, but I still enjoyed it. So where we left off last episode, Gardar here got captured. Don't worry though, he immediately escapes. None of it matters. Don't worry about it. He's fine. So we come here. It's nighttime now. We literally leaving off from like what happened in last episode. Pretty much Arnhe's left. And we're just cutting back here. Gardar's been beat to shit, of course. Doesn't matter though, he'll escape eventually. The important part is that Arnhes, I still can't say her fucking name. She comes by to where their camp is, where Snake is holding. They're back on like the cliff from like episode 3, where they're holding Gardar. Obviously, Snake and Fox have a discussion like, the mistress literally wants him killed now. Snake's like, no, we can't do that. We have to still ask him questions because Gardar hasn't really talked at all throughout their encounters with Snake and his boys. So good thing for him, I guess. He didn't reveal anything important. Not that he really could, anyway. Anyway, the mistress wants him dead. Snake is gonna go like deliberate this with her right now. Uh, Bearing that thought, though, Arnhes comes up. Snake's like, fuck, why are you here? She's like, he's wounded, isn't he? Please let me treat his wounds. Arnhes has no, and after like the events of this first half here, it seems to me Arnhes has no ill intent about what's about to transpire. All she really wants to do is treat, her husband's wounds, her ex-husband's wounds, and just like talk to him. She still loves him, like of course, even after all the shit they've been through, right? So, but it doesn't matter. Snake immediately like, no, fuck off. I can't let you see him. Can't do that. This is obviously, stupid. He's killed, tons of my men. He's a dangerous individual. Fuck off. Arnie's basically Snake goes away, tries to push off Arnie's. He tells his boys, get rid of her. He takes one of the last horses though, so they're gonna have to walk. Good for Arnie though. She's still hot, uh, and a woman, and she uses her womanly charm to basically snake her way into meeting with Gardar here. This guy's like, fuck it, fine. Go have a talk with him under supervision, of course, and that's where our events happen to transpire. Arnie's lays out a lot of her emotions as much as she could before Gardar. Like, literally just tells her, cut me free. We can get out of here. What a great plan this is. Cut me free, and we can start over. I'll protect you and Hijalti. It still has not been revealed to Gardar here that Arnhes, their child, together is dead. He doesn't know. Arnhes is like not. She's not having it. She's incredibly like sad over like all of this. She still hasn't taken the attitude to really tell him about what's happened. She doesn't know what to do anyway. She's just really scared and sorry that all this happened in the first place. That's all right. After all this, all of the boys here, like, they're kind of annoyed at Arnie's. They're mocking them in between their like conversations as well, being assholes, being real dicks, all right. And they actually they wanted Arnie's to suck his dick, because he's gonna die anyway. Give him some relief before he does die. The only what was it, like the only wound he really needs treated? So something stupid like that. Pretty funny. Anyway. They're not really having this. But it doesn't matter. Arnie's continues to like cry. Nothing really gets done about like the resolution of this. It's not known after he escapes if Arnie's actually gets the courage to tell him that their child is dead and what those events would occur. We'll find out very shortly though. After this episode, we're still not at the like resolution of this. Anyway, our boy here who got basically smitten with Arnhes makes a critical error. A critical error. I'm not sure how much of this I can actually show. I don't want to. Bam! Right there. That's it. He got too fucking close. This man was not he was not guarded. He was not on guard. He was not prepared. And Gardar just takes a huge chunk of his throat and just fucking bites it off. This man, he pulled a Rick Grimes from fucking Walking Dead and just fucking ate him. Having man for dinner tonight, boys. Oh my god, he just absolutely demolishes him, right? And this is where he pleads to Arnie's. Yeah, this man is basically dead. He can't fucking like do anything. He tries to attack him, but he, like, can't do anything. Losing all of his blood. He's in great pain, dead basically. This is where Garter's like, okay, cut me loose. Do that right now before all these boys get here. They're coming in. This is a horrible situation. We get lots of great animation here for him. Just like still images and moving animation of Arnhes. She doesn't know what to do. It's crazy. And then we just sort of cut into the night where Snake comes back. Oh, fuck. Everybody's dead. Everybody. So that means Arnie's obviously cut him loose. Was this her intention all along? No. I don't believe that to be so. This is just, another unfortunate situation, and she didn't, she didn't know what to do, and so fuck it, whatever happened, and now, they're on the run, which is kind of sad, and that means Arnhes is going to be a target, obviously, because after freeing him, she's obviously in league with him. So obviously Snake's come back. He's super fucking pissed. These are his men. He is, these are his, essentially buddies, the people he commands. He told them numerous times, be on your guard. Don't fuck around with this guy. They fucked around. Snake's angry now. So he's on the warpath. He is not fucking around. And he wants to literally kill. He's going to do it now at this point. If he catches him, he's just going to fuck it. We're going to execute him. That's the deal. And Snake's going to go on that path. And this is a pretty, extreme situation. Who knows what else could go wrong. Who else is going to die. All these crazy things are going to happen. Maybe next episode we'll get to the finishing of that. Probably not, though. Probably more like episode 17. They'll probably finish that, and then Keto will come back. So that was a pretty good, first half of this episode. The next half of the episode, we cut back to Thorfinn and Einar. They're just chilling, after the night, right? So they've been technically up all night. Einar's been up all night. Thorfinn has been watching Einar. Einar even, says, why are you up so early? Were you up all night watching me? He's like, yeah, kinda. I didn't want you to go do something stupid. Einar's like, I wouldn't have done that anyway. Einar's, I'm super confused about, the situation. He wants to help Arnhes, but he's in a position where he can't. And this is obviously, horrible for all of them. They're all friends, of course. And, it's obviously terrible. They can't help their friends. This is the part of the episode that's, totally kind of boring. They're really pushing this now, and this is important though, plot wise, for later, much later in the manga that'll come later. The goal of Vinland, aptly titled, the name of the show, right? Where Thorfinn finally reveals this pan-ultimate place where there is no war, there is no violence. We can make an area where everyone can be happy, everyone can prosper, and they're basically going around just not in circles, but talking a lot about violence is wrong. Violence should never be used against anyone. This is horrible things. No one should die. No one should be killed. Obviously, I would consider, and this is a more prudent point in the manga where we are at now. I'll just spoil it. We are at Vinland now in the manga, and we've been there for about 10 or so chapters, probably more than that. But we've been doing that for months in Vinland. We're at there, and this is going to carry on to that later, where Thorfinn is quite naive about his aspirations of no killing, because in some circumstances you have to, especially when you're dealing with people that you can't reason with in a understandable way, people that you might not be able to capture, without them hurting other people. There are reasons, selfless reasons you can use violence for, right, to protect others. So it's one thing to be like, violence is wrong, which is true, but it's another thing to be like, we can never, kill anyone, we can never use violence. when, in a world like this where you can't control the actions of other people, what do you do when you have like a serial murderer? Do you let him go? Do you keep him caged up forever? Do you kill him at that point after all the damage he's caused, right? It's we're getting to like deep into the philosophy of the show, and again more deep into like what these characters Thorfinn and Einar they want to do. They're going to be together forever. These boys are thick as thin. They're going to be set on their path, all right, and we know that. That's okay. They talk a lot about that. But so after they're basically done, um, the boys, Snake's boys, they come down here. This is where they basically find out Gardar and Arnhees have escaped. They come down here. They want to know, what's happened. They just come to check to see if they've come here because they know they're like sort of tight. Um, that's basically the end of the episode. They come down. They poke around the place. They don't find anything, of course. No one's been here. They went somewhere else. And Einar and Thorfinn are, concerned immensely. Einar more so. He's like, oh shit, this is fucked. what do we do? They're kind of shocked about the whole situation. They weren't there for it, so of course they would be. That was pretty much the episode. It was okay. First half was the best part. The piano and the music didn't hit as hard in this episode. Those like dramatic scenes didn't. They're gonna come later, and I believe that the sound production is gonna be on a completely different level when that shit happens. But there's just one of your more standard episodes with not too much like dynamic animation. There was some character development, some things that are important for the future, but not so much the important to the plot right now. But it will be later on. But we got to deal with this issue. This issue still hasn't been resolved, And luckily for them, the master. This is all taking place, right when the master's coming back, right? So they still have a few days to resolve this before the master comes, or hopefully, unless something else bad happens, right? And they don't want to go into that. Otherwise, all hell could break loose, and they already have all hell's gonna break loose anyway. More there's things they don't know that are gonna happen and are gonna cause rifts in between like all these factions. It'd be crazy. I still like the episode, just not my favorite. We're just getting ready. Still some more like character setup and plot setup until we get to like our big event. That's pretty much it. Take the episode for what you will. Just be patient. I hope the next episode is probably going to be better. Maybe the resolution of this, maybe not. But I guess that's it, guys. I'm done rambling. Hope you guys have a nice night. See ya.